Your wives are a tilth for you. So go to your tilth when or how you will, and send good deeds before you for your own selves. And fear Allah, and know that you are to meet him in the hereafter, and give good tidings to the believers. And do not make Allah's name an excuse in your oaths against your doing good and acting piously, and making peace among mankind. And Allah is all-hearer, all-knower. Allah will not call you to account for that which is unintentional in your oaths, but He will call you to account for that which your hearts have earned. Allah is oft forgiving, most forbearing. Those who take an oath not to have sexual relation with their wives must wait 4 months. Then, if they return, indeed Allah is oft forgiving, most merciful. And if they decide upon divorce, then Allah is the all-hearer, all-knower. And divorced women shall wait for 3 menstrual periods, and it is not lawful for them to conceal what Allah has created in their wombs, if they believe in Allah and the last day. And their husbands have the better right to take them back in that prescribed time, if they wish for reconciliation. And women have rights similar to those of their husbands over them to what is reasonable, but men have a degree of responsibility over them, and Allah is almighty, all-wise. The divorce is permissible twice. After that, either you retain her on reasonable terms, or release her with kindness. And it is not lawful for you men to take back from your wives any of your bridal money which you have given them, except when both parties fear that they would be unable to keep the limits ordained by Allah. Then if you fear that they would not be able to keep the limits ordained by Allah, then there is no sin on either of them if she gives back for her divorce. These are the limits ordained by Allah, so do not transgress them. And whoever transgresses the limits ordained by Allah, then such are the wrongdoers. And if he has divorced her for the 3rd time, then she is not lawful to him afterwards until she has married another man. Then, if the other husband divorces her, it is no sin on both of them that they reunite, provided they feel that they can keep the limits ordained by Allah. These are the limits of Allah, which He makes plain for the people who have knowledge. And when you have divorced women, and they have fulfilled the term of their prescribed period, either take them back on a reasonable basis, or set them free on a reasonable basis. But do not take them back to hurt them. And whoever does that, then he has wronged himself. And do not treat the laws of Allah as a jest, but remember Allah's favors on you, and that which He has sent down to you of the book and knowledge, whereby He instructs you. And fear Allah, and know that Allah is all aware of everything. And when you have divorced women, and they have fulfilled the term of their prescribed time, do not prevent them from marrying their former husbands, if they mutually agree on a reasonable basis. This instruction is an admonition for him among you who believes in Allah in the last day. That is more virtuous and purer for you. Allah knows, and you do not know. The mothers shall suckle their children for 2 whole years, for those who desire to complete the term of suckling. But the father of the child shall bear the cost of the mother's food and clothing on a reasonable basis. No person shall have a burden laid on him greater than he can bear. No mother shall be treated unfairly on account of her child, nor a father on account of his child. And on the father's heir is incumbent the like of that which was incumbent on the father. If they both decide on weaning by mutual consent, and after due consultation, there is no sin on them. And if you decide on a foster suckling mother for your children, there is no sin on you, provided you pay the mother what you agreed to give her on a reasonable basis. And fear Allah, and know that Allah is all-seer of what you do. And those of you who die and leave wives behind them, the wives shall wait as regards their marriage for 4 months and 10 days. Then, when they have fulfilled their term, there is no sin on you if the wives dispose of themselves in a just and honorable manner. And Allah is well acquainted with what you do. And there is no sin on you if you make a hint of betrothal or conceal it in yourself. Allah knows that you will remember them. But do not make a promise of contract with them in secret, unless you speak an honorable saying according to the Islamic law. And do not consummate the marriage until the term prescribed is fulfilled. And know that Allah knows what is in your minds, so fear Him. And know that Allah is oft forgiving, most forbearing. There is no sin on you if you divorce women, while yet you have not touched them, nor appointed to them their bridal money. But bestow on them a suitable gift, the rich according to his means, and the poor according to his means. A gift of a reasonable amount is a duty on the doers of good. And if you divorce them before you have touched them, and you have appointed to give them the bridal money, then pay half of it, unless the woman agrees to forego it, or the husband, in whose hands is the marriage tie, agrees to forego it, and gives her the full appointed bridal money. And to forego and give is nearer to piety. And do not forget kindness between yourselves. Truly Allah is all-seer of what you do. Strictly guard the prayers, especially the middle prayer, and stand before Allah with obedience. And if you fear an enemy, perform prayer on foot or while riding. And when you are in safety, offer the prayer in the manner He has taught you, which you did not know before.